Have you ever wanted to die? Well, in some places like Canada or Oregon, you can get prescribed drugs that do just that, if you meet some criteria. You have to pretty much be about to die or have 2 independent doctors assess you and determine if your request is valid. They also have to offer you counseling services. Then you have to wait 90 days before it can move forward. If you're on your last leg and it's inevitable you're going to die soon, then you don't have to wait 90 days. You also have to have some type of physical condition to be considered. Currently. Quote, if your only medical condition is mental illness, you are not eligible for medical assistance in dying until March 17, 2027. Unquote. So it's not that easy to have a medically assisted death, but things do seem to be changing. Okay, I just wanted to butt in real quick. Almost forgot to add this into the video. I think this was on the Canadian website for medically assisted dying, and it says, withdrawing your request. You must be informed of your right to withdraw your request for medical assistance in dying at any time and in any manner. You do not have to proceed even if you're found eligible for the service. Implying some people thought that they had to go through with it even though they didn't want to do it. Like they show up the day of to get their materials to die medically assisted, and they're like, I actually don't want to do this. And the government's like, no, I mean, we're locked in. We're gonna kill you. Like, you have to do this. You can't back out now. In 1798, Thomas Malthus, an English demographer and economist, wrote an essay on the principle of population. It talked about how the human population will eventually grow to be greater than food production, causing worldwide hunger and eventually lead to the collapse of civilization. This overpopulation idea has permeated throughout scientific thought since then. People nowadays who subscribe to Malthusian thought call themselves neo-Malthusians. Paul Ehrlich was one such neo-Malthusian, who was an entomologist and professor of biology, who wrote The Population Bomb in 1968, which told of apocalyptic famines and hundreds of millions of people dying from hunger and nuclear war in the 1970s and 80s. The Rockefellers have had a long-standing love affair with Malthusianism. In 1967, John D. Rockefeller III got 30 heads of state, including the then U.S. President Lyndon B. Johnson, to sign a statement that said, among other things, quote, the population problem must be recognized by government as a principal element in long-range planning, unquote. JDR3 had been flirting with depopulation since he was young. Quote, John D. Rockefeller III's support for family planning was more public than his father's. He made his interest in the issue clear to Rockefeller Foundation trustees, and he pressured them to act more definitively on population control issues. At his urging, a demographic survey of the Far East was organized in 1948. The subsequent report, Public Health and Demography in the Far East, noted the high rates of population growth in the region, as well as the need for efforts in fertility control, education, and agricultural development, unquote. Wait, no, so why is there a need for fertility control? Motherfuckers are just having babies and living their lives. Why is there a need for fertility control in Asia, according to Rockefeller? It's really funny that all this population and fertility control talk is coming from a guy who had 4 kids. And maybe you could say, oh well, he didn't get into the overpopulation problem until after he had kids. But to that I say, the Rockefellers have always been into depopulation and Malthusianism, so he definitely knew about it from his father. As John D. Rockefeller Jr. talked about eugenics with other eugenicists, one named Charles Davenport. He was also a member of the American Eugenics Society, and the Rockefeller Foundation was a major financial supporter of eugenics in Germany in the 1920s. So around the time the guy was squirting out kids in the 1930s and 40s, he was whinging about overpopulation. Got it. So now that we know that the guys at the tippy top of power love the idea of depopulating the earth, let's talk about AI. The AI boom started around, what would you say, 2023? Since then, it's exploded, with new large language models being shit out what seems like every month. The tech overlords have talked about how AI is going to take people's jobs. Most are white-collar office jobs, but sometime in the future, even blue-collar jobs like truck driving could be taken over by AI. And when I say truck driving jobs could be taken by AI, I mean that the tech oligarchs would force AI into those positions, not that it would actually work out. And it doesn't really seem like it's working out for some white-collar jobs as well. We all know they're pushing AI hard, and in a perfect world, having AI do most of the bullshit humans don't want to do, or dangerous jobs that humans shouldn't do, would be greatly beneficial. Theoretically, we could have some type of post-scarcity world like Star Trek. But we don't live in a perfect world. We live in a pre-dystopia where humans are optimized to make fat, bald-headed ogres hundreds of billions of dollars. So of course AI is going to be used to make life worse for everyone else. What if they mass implement AI and large swaths of the population start losing their jobs? The tech mafia is smart, sometimes. So they probably wouldn't create large amounts of unemployment all at once. It would be a slow rollout, gradually laying off more people, pushing them into poverty, depression, and hopelessness. Oh, you're depressed? From losing your job and not being able to provide for your family or afford your home anymore? Hey, it's now legal to get killed by the government, so if you're depressed, why not just do that? For only 5 easy payments of your entire life savings, we'll give you a handful of Fent and you can die peacefully in your own home. Act now and we'll throw in a free AI cleaning bot to come to your house, grab your lifeless body, and throw it into a ditch so your family doesn't have to. We're also offering family rates, so if your wife and kids can't handle your death, we'll kill them too. I actually think MAID, or medically assisted dying, is good in some cases. You should be able to determine when you die. But as with pretty much everything governments do, this doesn't seem good. Do you think the government really has your best interests in mind? If people like the Rockefellers are able to replace people with AI, will they not need as many people to continue to keep the world economy going? If they have lots of extra people, who are basically now just taking more than they can give, will they start to push for programs like medically assisted dying? Malthus talked about basically setting poor people up to die, crowding them into towns and marshlands where disease can run rampant and kill them, thinning their numbers, thus helping stave off overpopulation. Neo-Malthusians would also endeavor to push things on people that would inevitably kill them. In 2025, 84-year-old Miriam Lancaster of Vancouver arrived at Vancouver General Hospital complaining of severe back pain. She said that when she was admitted to the emergency room, the first thing the doctor asked her was if she wanted MAID. She was like, no, I just need to know what's wrong with my back. Hey, so it looks like your back hurts. Do you want to be killed? Eventually, they found out that she had a crack in the base of her spine and she needed to rest and do some exercises. After this experience, she decided to travel to Guatemala, Cuba, and Mexico as she wanted to make the most of what life she has left. Something she couldn't have done if she let the hospital kill her. So are doctors going to be suggesting MAID to more and more people who don't need it? Or are we going to see a shift in population as AI is increasingly entrenched in industries and everyday life? Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please comment, subscribe, comment, and like, and I'll see you in the next one.